Hello world, my name is Dana ID Matthews and this is my reviews about stuff episode 5, and this week as part of Black History Month I'm going to review the first season of Luke Cage on Netflix. I haven't had the chance to review the other Marvel series that I've watched, but I will because they've been doing a good job, and Marvel's Luke Cage is no exception. Now, when I first started watching it, I had a few things I was worried about in the series. One, were they going to get deep with Luke Cage? Meaning, were they going to spend sincere time on his personality and story, past, present, and flesh him out as a multi-dimensional character and not just a Hollywood stereotypical big black man? And two, how well will the supporting cast be able to help create the Luke Cage world and keep you immersed? And will it be appropriately diverse, because representation in popular media matters to me. So luckily, neither of my fears came to reality, and what I ended up watching was the development of an unlikely black hero and the people that help shape his morals. From what I remember, the first episodes were spent listening to a lot of dialogue as the show slowly introduced the characters and established each person's role. I'm gonna point out my main negative of the show early here, because it was a little disappointing early, and that for me is the main characters acting in spots, especially during really deep and meaningful talks. Every now and then he says something and it just doesn't sound quite genuine, like he's reading from the script, or trying to remember the words. It's not always like this, and he does have his shining moments, but it's consistent enough throughout that I have to point it out, because it's the biggest pet peeve of mine personally about the show. The supporting cast, however, is spot on. Whoever did the casting did a great job, especially with the actresses. The three most prominent black women roles in the show, the doctor, Nurse Claire Temple, the cop Misty Knight, and the evil politician Mariah in the show, are all very well played and acted beautifully, and their characters, their characters are well fleshed out. Um, these three women act the shit out of the show, and actors like the guys who play Cottonmouth, Shades, Zip, Pop, also do a notable good acting job. So all in all, the whole Luke Cage, environment and world is very convincing, and there's a lot of engaging personalities that keep things interesting. But like I said before, the female cast in it, for me, they kind of steal the show when Luke Cage isn't punching something or getting shot at. Speaking of which, not nearly as much action as I would have thought, but honestly, I kind of liked it. When action did happen, you were able to appreciate it because it wasn't constantly in your face for the whole show. Now, I'm not gonna say that the action scenes were out of this world, or even a little special, but all the special effects were good, but like mediocre in the grand scheme of things, in my opinion. But that doesn't make them bad. They were more than exciting enough to watch, and it didn't really, break immersion. It looked like he had superpowers. It looked like he, could punch or through a wall and jump really far. Like it was not bad. A few wiry scenes when he's jumping in the air, but it's neither here nor there. And like I said before, there's a lot of dialogue, but it's engaging dialogue, from bad guys getting sentimental to deep talks about, someone's dark past. They're all relevant, well written, and every now and then Luke Cage will drop some black history on a fool, like he's quoting famous black figures while a young black man held him at gunpoint. Obviously knowing that it can't be hurt. A lot of relevant and inspirational Black knowledge throughout the season. And as a person of color, I really appreciate it, as it's something you don't see a lot of in popular TV. Luke Cage is an awesome superhero TV series, full of equal representation, fantastic supporting cast acting, um, a great protagonist despite falling flat during certain dialogues. But overall, he does a solid job and he looks the part for the role, and that's always important. So far, it's only one season in, with a confirmed second season on its way, and it ties itself in lore wise with the Daredevil and Jessica Jones and the upcoming Iron Fist series, to create the Defenders, which I assume they'll do at some point. That's the way it looks like it's going. So it's a good first season, and it's off to a great start with ample space to grow. With that in mind, I think I'm going to go ahead and rate it. I give Luke Cage season 1 my official rating of 8.5 out of 10. Uh, Fantastic first impression. I can't wait for more. I'm excited to see what kind of new things they'll do, what kind of powers and discoveries he makes in the future, because I know he hasn't made all of them. He has more powers. Um, so, either way, I'll be watching. So with that said, my name is Dan ID Matthews. Thanks again very much for watching, and I'll see you next week. I've been watching Riverdale. I watched the first 3 episodes, and I decided to do this Luke Cage review. But next week, I think I'm going to do the first 4 episodes of Riverdale, since on Fridays. Episode 4 is out. It's an intriguing show. Not gonna say I'm happy with everything, but I'm oddly intrigued. So yeah, my name is Dana ID Matthews. I'll see y'all next week. Peace out.